have a reality that you do every day. There's things you can change, but with those things that can't change, have a useful belief about them. This is our reality. So decide to enjoy, embrace the things about your life that are real. When you say this is the best time in the history of the world to be in your job, to be in your industry, an amazing thing happens. Your brain is going to go find exactly what it is that you are out there putting forward as a useful belief. I don't teach be positive, I teach something else. I teach useful. That word, bang. Because useful is not about a feeling or an emotion. Useful is about an action. And the difference between having a useful belief about your life is, well, a game changer. To get it done as a group together, it starts with you as the individual. I want you to imagine, 1 year from right now, we have this exact conference. You walk up to me and you say this, Chris, I have had the best year of my life. For you to walk up to me in 1 year time and say that, tell me, boom, what do we do? And all of a sudden, you'll have criteria. You'll start to know what you need to put into action. But only by going to the future are we absolutely clear what action we need to do. And that is pretty exciting. Let's actually start to think about what we want our sunset to look like.
Ready? Energy is a decision. Energy is a choice. And you can have as much energy as you want. And let me be clear, most people are tired. Most people are exhausted. If you doubt this, just ask them. They'll tell you. You already had this conversation today. You walk up to people, you go, how you going, man? How you going? Like, yeah, man, pretty good, man. Pretty excited, pretty good. Pretty good, just tired, man, just tired. It's incredible. You walk up to 25-year-old people, you go, how you going, man? How you going? Like, yeah, pretty good, man, pretty good. I'm 25. Just tired, man, just. Why are you so tired, man? I don't know, I'm 25, I got the rest of my life ahead of me. I'm just exhausted. Energy is a choice. You can have as much energy as you want. As much energy as you want. Useful belief, right? I am an energetic person. We start dialing in. You are an energetic person. And you know what? It's about controlling this voice in our head. And you know what will make you a more energetic person? Get connected to your life. Get connected to your life. And when I say get connected to your life, actually jot this word down, gratitude. Because when you drive from a place of gratitude, because I have people all the time say to me, what do you want from me, Chris? Do you want me walking around with my posture, my eye contact, looking at everybody, right? The big smile on my face. Is that what you want? I'm like, no, that's not what I want, because that's what would happen if you went from the outside in. I want to challenge you to go from the inside out. Because when you drive your life from a place of gratitude, you get connected with your life. You get connected with a useful belief about the gratitude in your life. Now, I know we're all having a big weekend. And everybody comes, man, they're like, woo, Eric! And I know you're going to get pumped up and jacked up, and everybody's fired up. But when you get home, right, I want you to think about it. We can run this. We'll run this for Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning. Let's probably do this Wednesday morning. Here we go. Let's do this. Wednesday morning. I'm going to put a little spell on everybody here. Here we go. Ready? On Wednesday morning, when you wake up, I want you to notice what are the first 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things you say to start your day. Now, most people wake up. Now, here we go. So Wednesday morning, dun-da-da, when you wake up, all right, Wednesday morning, when you wake up, I'm going to pop into your bed, into your head. I'm going to pop into your head, and I want you to notice what are the first 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things you say to start your day. I mean, most people wake up, don't they? They go, God, alarm clock, shut up, stupid alarm clock. Stupid alarm. It's Wednesday morning. God, my head hurts. Why do I drink on Tuesday? They get out of bed, they're like, man, my back is killing me, man, my back. It's not my back, it's my feet. What the hell's wrong with my feet, man? They look over at their partner who's still laying in bed, and they're like, Jesus. Then they get in the shower, they're thinking about their day, like, God, Got that stupid one-on-one with my boss today, ferret face. Blech. All this abuse happens before they look in the mirror. That's where the real abuse starts. What is that? What the hell is that? Is that? No! No! You know what? The most important words we say all day, the most important words we say all day are the words we say to ourselves, about ourselves, when we are alone by ourselves. And most people are cruel in those moments. We start thinking about driving whatever challenge, embrace the struggle, embrace the challenge that we're at, and we're gonna go out there with a useful belief and start to think about physically, because here we go. What the mind harbors, the body will manifest. Life begins today, your body will change, right? And when your body changes, your mind changes, and we start thinking about how we manifest with our belief and our body to go influence other people. Now, this is gonna be an amazing time because you're gonna take this challenge on. You're gonna take this challenge on, and here's the amazing thing about human beings. You are happiest in struggle. We are happiest when we have a challenge. And many of you have a market right now that's gonna be a challenge. Embrace the struggle. Embrace the struggle. That is a useful belief. If I said right now, we got 4,000 people in this room, if I said, what are the 5 things you're most proud of in your life? We'd have a list of the most incredible 20,000 things of all time. We'd have the most incredible list of 20,000 things. And you know what? Not one of those things, not one, would have been achieved in a comfort zone. Everything you're really proud of in your life was hard. It's our time to be embracing the struggle. Last year, I had the privilege of speaking in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I spoke at a conference called the T20 Summit. Now, the T20 Summit is the top 20 real estate agents in the United States of America. They gave me 3 hours to work with the top 20 guys, in the top 20 people in the United States of America. And you know what? There were some egos in that room. I walked into the room, this guy raised his voice, he looked up, he goes, "Chris Elder's here." I said, "Hello." He said, "Chris, I wanna go talk to you outside. I wanna talk to you outside. Chris, come with me, I wanna talk to you outside because I read your book, Useful Belief." And he said this, he said, "You said in your book, life begins at 70. Now, the thing about this guy, he was an older gentleman. He brought me outside. He said, "Chris Elder." Now, he goes, "I want to introduce myself. My name is Robert Slack." Now, just quickly, I meet a lot of people. I have never, ever met a man in my life that had a last name less definitive of his personality than Robert Slack. I met Robert Slack. Robert Slack looks at me and goes, "Chris Elder." He goes, "I'm 74 years old. 74 years old. And I want you to guess, Chris, how old I was when I started my real estate business. Go on now, I want you to guess. Go on, guess, Chris, guess." And I looked at him, and I said, "I don't know, Robert. I'm going to say you were 40 years old. He goes, "I was not, Chris Elder." He said, "I was 70 years old. I started my business, never been in real estate before in my life." And he goes, "I'm sitting in a room with the top 20 real estate agents in the United States of America, and here I am, right? Life begins at 70. And he said, "I want you to know something, Chris Elder. I sell Florida." He took the whole damn state. I said, "Robert, what inspires you at 70 years old when so many people are trying to wind down their business just so they can go sit on their porch, drink vodka, and prepare to die? Why are you reinventing yourself, starting a new business, and going out and making all this happen?" He goes, "I want you to look right over there, Chris." He said, "Chris Elder, look over there. Do you see that woman right over there? That beautiful woman sitting right over there? Well, that is my wife of 38 years. 38 years we've been together. You know what? What was I going to do all day? Spend all day talking to her? Life begins at insert age. If you are 70, congratulations. Life begins at 70. By the way, you move differently. If you are 40, congratulations. Life begins at 40. Boom. If you're 22, life begins at 22. And if you're 22, you're looking at me right now going, "Of course it does. Have a look at me." We all start thinking about this idea, useful belief. Is this useful? I'm always amazed. I'll be doing training with a real estate company. I'll go into their office and they'll say, Chris, just to let you know, we just sent our team on an 8-hour time management program so they can get a little more effective with their time. I'm like, you just did an 8-hour time management program? I said, I'll break time management down for you in 3 words. Ready? Boom. Is this useful? Is what you're about to do useful or is it not? Is it a useful income-producing activity or it is not? Is this going to get results or is it not? And we start thinking about, by the way, people are useful and not useful, aren't they? Right? We start thinking about toxic people. The definition of a toxic person is a person that after you spend time with them, you feel worse about yourself than before you did. I hope that did not affect your marriage, but it is time to get rid of toxic people. We start thinking about, how we go through this every single day. What is useful and what is not useful in your life? What are useful actions, useful activities, useful beliefs for you to have? This is the best time ever to be alive, best time ever to be in this business. Here's the thing. We start thinking about whatever our reality is. If this is your reality and you're not going to change it or you can't change it, if you're not going to change it or you can't change it, you might as well have a useful belief about it. You know, it was amazing. I did a conference in the mighty Adelaide, and this woman in Adelaide came up to me, and she said, she's 28 years old. She said, Chris, I've suffered some anxiety, depression my whole life. She said, it was interesting. You can imagine, people just have told me my whole life to be positive. People have told me my whole life to be happy, be positive, be positive. We're going to see the family today. You need to be positive today. And she looked at me and said, Chris, you got on stage, and you said positive thinking doesn't work. And she said, I got to tell you, I felt the weight of the world lift off my shoulders. She said, for the first time in my life, I didn't have to go try to be happy. I didn't try to have to go be positive. And she said, well, I spoke to her 3 months later, and the most incredible thing is she said this. She said to me this. She said, Chris, 3 months on, she said, I wake up every day and I think this to myself. What's the most useful thing for me to get through today? And 2 things have happened. She said, number 1, I've never been more productive. She said, I wake up every day and I think, what's the most useful thing for me to get through today? But she said, number 2 is what's really amazing. She said, I've never been happier in my entire life. See, here's the interesting thing. We're all on a search for happiness, this search for happiness. See, happiness is the byproduct of living a useful life. Happiness is the byproduct of a full life. Everybody out there they're on the search for happiness as though we left it somewhere, like the search for my car keys. Where I had it. Why is happy? Where did I have it last? I had it last. I know. I was in Byron. I was at the health spa. That's when I was happy. Haven't had it since then. I must have left it at the health spa in Byron. Here's the thing, we start having useful actions, useful beliefs about our life. This is the best time ever in the history of the world to be alive. This is the best market, and your brain will go find opportunity everywhere. And in this, it's pretty amazing. I've been working with real estate agents for the last 17 years. I've worked with hundreds of thousands of real estate agents around the world. And I'll say this, there's one thing that separates out the best in this industry from the average. One thing above everything else. The best in your industry see opportunities that other people don't see. Their brain is wired, boom, to look for opportunities. Their reticular activating system believes there's opportunities everywhere. I'm going to leave you tonight with my favorite quote. My favorite quote is by an amazing person. Well, someone who I believe actually probably lived the most useful belief of anyone that walked planet Earth. And her name was Helen Keller. And Helen Keller's amazing quote and her amazing words as she said this: life is one of 2 things. It's either a daring adventure or it's absolutely nothing. As we dial into this year, I challenge you to go out there and let's go make this year the daring adventure you want it to be. My name's Chris Helder. Thank you so much for inviting me along today.